Please be seated. Good evening, and welcome to the Hahnville High School 2026 commencement exercises. My name is Madeline Austin, Senior Class President, and I will be presiding as your Mistress of Ceremonies. Please remain standing for the invocation by National Honor Society President Cooper Mathern, the presentation of the colors by the Air Force Junior ROTC, and the national anthem by the HHS Band and led by the HHS Ensemble.
Good evening. It's an honor to represent the class of 2026 as National Honor Society President. If you would like to, you may bow your head to join me in a moment of prayer and/or reflection. We come together today with grateful hearts as we celebrate the class of 2026. We are thankful for the guidance we've been given through the challenges, late nights, moments of doubt, and the moments of triumph that have shaped us into who we are today. We are thankful for our families, teachers, and friends who have supported us, encouraged us, and believed in us, even when we struggled to believe in ourselves. Their love and guidance has helped us reach this milestone. We are thankful for all those here to support us today and help make this ceremony possible. Let us be reminded to stay humble in success, resilient in failure, and kind in all that we do. Let us carry forward not only what we've learned in the classroom, but also the compassion and character that define us. May we never take for granted the people, lessons, and opportunities that helped bring us to this day, and may we approach the future with gratitude and compassion. May this graduating class continue to grow and to strive for purpose in all we do. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. With gratitude for this moment and hope for what lies ahead, thank you and amen.
You may now be seated. At this time, we would like to recognize our school board members. Mr. Scott Cody, President. Ms. Karen Boudreau, Vice President. Mr. Ellis Alexander. Mr. Ray Gregson. Mr. John Smith. Ms. Becky Weber. Mr. Art Oakland. Mr. Alex Suffren, and Superintendent Dr. Ken Ortling. As we begin tonight's celebration, we recognize that this ceremony marks more than the end of a high school journey. It is the beginning of a lifelong connection to Hahnville High School and the St. Charles Parish Public School community. Tonight, our graduates officially transition from student to alumni and lifelong stakeholders in the future of their alma mater. To help strengthen those connections for generations to come, we invite our graduates and the many proud Tiger alumni here this evening to join the official St. Charles Parish Public Schools Alumni Directory. Information and connection details can be found on the back cover of your graduation program. We also encourage you to share this opportunity with family and friends who are fellow alumni so they can remain informed and engaged with our growing alumni association. Together, we can continue building and celebrating the proud traditions of Hahnville High School. And now, it is my honor to introduce Hahnville High School's 2026 salutatorian, Avery Ortling, who will be giving the graduates welcome.
Before I begin, I just want to say how incredibly honored I am to stand here today. To the teachers, coaches, administrators, mentors, friends, and families who shaped us into the people we are becoming, thank you. Thank you for believing in us, challenging us, supporting us, and sometimes seeing something in us before we could see it in ourselves. I have so much gratitude in my heart for every single person who has impacted me throughout these 4 years. I wish I could sit here and thank every single person individually because in some way, shape, or form, we have all impacted each other. Standing on this stage today is something I've dreamed about for many years, long before I even entered high school, and I do not take this opportunity lightly. I especially want to thank my family. My mom was also the salutatorian of her graduating class, and I feel incredibly honored that this is one more thing we now share. I hope one day I can make even a fraction of the impact she has made on other people around her. And to the class of 2026, thank you for growing up alongside me. These past 4 years have been messy, emotional, unpredictable, and unforgettable, and I truly could not imagine experiencing them with anyone else. You take a deep breath and you walk through the doors. Those are the opening lyrics to Taylor Swift's 15, and it's what I played out of the speakers of my phone before the first day of high school. My sister Macy drove my best friend Elizabeth and I to school that morning, and I made sure that we got up early just so we could listen to it before our first day. Look, at the time, I thought it was the perfect song for the moment. Looking back now, I think it still is. If you know me, you know this is nothing new. Music has always found its way into my life, whether that be through dance, running around track meets with a speaker, singing on stage, karaoke with my family, or listening to my pops' music growing up. Freshman year was new territory. It was a new stage in all of our lives. I'm sure you all remember walking through the Commons for the first time, the lockers still lining the halls, Mr. George screaming, "Good morning!" and being absolutely terrified. I know I was, but I was also excited. These past 4 years have been a constant process of self-discovery. New friends, new relationships, new experiences, new decisions. Somewhere along the way, you start forming this idea of who you're supposed to be. You hear what people think of you, what they expect of you, and eventually you start believing it too. But who were we before the world told us who to be? I know that little Avery was interesting. I'm jealous of her, honestly. She loved learning. She loved helping people. One of my earliest memories was learning about road signs in pre-K 3 and then proudly pointing out every one-way sign to anyone whose car I was in. She found joy in sharing the things she loved. Sometimes I wonder where she went. Somewhere along the way, I lost sight of myself. I became so focused on my perceived failures, on not being good enough, on what other people thought of me, that I developed tunnel vision. I built a cage of guilt for myself, and I couldn't see beyond it. But looking back now, I realized I was so focused on one verse that I couldn't hear the whole song. Especially during high school, I became so focused on the next best thing. Once I realized I had lost myself, I went searching for who I really was. I've always been math-brained, which is probably why I want to become a math teacher. And I developed this need to solve the problem of me. But in trying so hard to figure myself out, I lost myself even more. In my rush to grow up and to change the world, I forgot to simply be present while my life was happening. Around this time, I began to be really drawn to Billy Joel's Vienna. And this song is going to be my Instagram song, so don't steal it. At its core, this song is a reminder to slow down, to stop rushing towards the next version of yourself so quickly that you forget to live the life that's happening right now. And honestly, I think our generation struggles with that a lot. We are constantly thinking about the next thing, the next achievement, trend, notification, or version of ourselves. Like when you wave at someone, only to actually realize that they're waving at the person behind you. Even though moments like that keep you up at night, it's not going to matter in 5 years. What does matter is learning to be present while life is happening, to slow down enough to appreciate the people around you, the moments you're living in, and the person you're still becoming. Don't let this moment pass before living in it first. In listening to this song, I also realized that this feeling wasn't unique to me. In some way, shape, or form, all of us are rushing towards something. We are all trying to figure out who we are becoming. And maybe a part of growing up is realizing that we don't have to have all the answers right now. Our story is a testament to that. Our 6th grade year, school ended early because of COVID. At the exact age we were supposed to be learning how to connect with people, we were forced to isolate. Then, during 8th grade, Hurricane Ida ripped straight through our parish, taking away homes, routines, and any sense of normalcy we had left. So, when we entered high school, the last normal year most of us had experienced was 5th grade. Not only was it our first normal year in nearly 3 years, but it was the faculty and staff's first too. We all had to rely on each other and figure it out together. And despite everything, we did. We survived hurricanes, isolation, changing friendships, a random New Orleans snowstorm, and all the strange growing pains that came up with growing up during uncertain times. And somehow, through all of it, I think we left this school, this parish, and each other a little better than we found them. Through all of this, I've realized that there are tiny pieces of ourselves in every person that we meet. At our core, we all want the same things: to feel understood, to feel valued, and to feel connected. And I've realized that if I can find that humanity in someone, I can connect with them. That's the little Avery still inside me. This year, I had the blessing of getting close with someone who reminded me so much of myself as a freshman. In all her joy and potential, I saw pieces of little Avery again. And through connecting with her, I learned how to better love myself too. I learned the importance of looking up from my phone, leaning on other people, and appreciating the moments while they're still happening. And while I'm not perfect at this whole live in the moment thing, I'm trying. I'm learning to trust myself more, to surround myself with people I can be unapologetically myself around, and to stop treating life like something I need to solve immediately. So, if you zoned out through this whole speech and only remember one sentence, let it be this: don't lose yourself trying to solve yourself. Don't get so caught up in one verse that you forget to hear the whole song. As we move into this next chapter of our lives, I hope we remember 3 things. First, listen to yourself. You do not need to have your entire life figured out right now. Becoming the person you're meant to be takes time. Second, don't be so focused on the next thing that you forget to live in the moment. Don't let this moment pass before living in it first. And finally, don't forget the importance of empathy, connection, and community. No man is an island. We need each other more than we realize. After all, Vienna waits for us.
We are excited to honor two outstanding members of the class of 2026. Mr. Hayden will now introduce the valedictorian and salutatorian.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very special welcome to the Hahnville High School class of 2026. Tonight, we honor the graduating class of 2026. However, first we will recognize the two individuals who have achieved the highest honor of academic success in the graduating class. Undeniably, many students in the class of 2026 work very hard, but in the end, there can only be two graduates who have the honor and the distinction to be named valedictorian and salutatorian. Would Corinne Bourgeois and Avery Ortling please come forward and stand with Mr. Gonzalez? Earlier this evening, we listened to the graduates' welcome given by this year's salutatorian, Avery Ortling. Avery is the daughter of Ken and Kelly Ortling of Bayou Gauche. Avery will be attending the University of Mississippi, where she will major in secondary mathematics education. Following the principal's message, the graduates' farewell will be delivered by the class valedictorian, Corinne Bourgeois. Corinne is the daughter of Corey Savage Bourgeois and Todd Bourgeois of Luling. Corinne will be attending Nicholls State University, where she will major in biology. Corinne and Avery, please know that Hahnville High School and the St. Charles Parish Public School System are extremely proud of you and your accomplishments. We wish you the best as you begin the next chapter and the next phase of your educational journey. Congratulations.
Assistant Principal Mr. Sean Hayden will be recognizing the students graduating with academic honors.
At this time, we recognize the students who qualified as cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude graduates. The graduation program provides an alphabetical listing of students in these three categories. First, our cum laude graduates. These 28 graduates have earned a final cumulative grade point average ranging between 3.58 and 3.779. Students who have earned the cum laude distinction, please stand at this time. Congratulations. The next group of students to be honored are those who have earned the distinction of magna cum laude. These 30 graduates have earned a final grade point average ranging from 3.78 to 3.979. I ask that these students please stand at this time. Congratulations. Our third group of students to be recognized this evening has earned a cumulative grade point average ranging between 3.98 and 5.0. These are our summa cum laude graduates. There are 70 graduates for summa cum laude. Please stand at this time. Congratulations. And congratulations to all of our graduates for their accomplishments and best wishes for continued success.
Mr. Gonzalez will now be giving the principal's message.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty and staff, superintendent, executive staff, and school board members. but most importantly, good evening, class of 2026. Students, tonight is more than a ceremony. It's a turning point. And for more than 100 graduating classes, Hahnville High School has been a place where challenges are embraced, not avoided. And tonight, class of 2026, you take your place in that legacy. See, our theme this year has been to accept the challenge, and you have indeed lived those words. Through pressure, uncertainty, and personal struggles, visible or not, you kept moving forward. You learned that success is not about getting it right the first time, it's about staying with it, adapting, pushing forward, and growing into someone stronger than you once imagined. And in many ways, you have lived out what we talk about in the 7 mindsets. You've embraced everything is possible through persistence, practiced live to give by supporting one another and your community, and carried an attitude of gratitude, finding strength in progress, even in difficult moments. But let's be clear, no one gets here alone. So to our faculty and staff, thank you. You created spaces where students could struggle, learn, and grow. You pushed them when they needed it and supported them when it mattered most. So your work has shaped not just graduates, but young adults ready for what comes next. And to our families, thank you. You've been the constant through every high and low. You've encouraged, supported, and stood beside your children through every challenge that they have faced. And now, class of 2026, this is your moment. See, the road ahead post-HHS will challenge you in new ways. And in those moments, you will have a choice to step back or step forward. See, what I hope you remember is this: the challenges ahead are not obstacles to your future. Your life is built day by day, decision by decision. The challenges you accept today shape who you become tomorrow. But let's take a moment to recognize what you have already accomplished. And it's impressive. This is my favorite part, y'all. So get ready, it's fun. Academically, you have challenged yourselves in remarkable ways. 633 AP exams across 17 courses, over 700 dual enrollment credits, and over 1,020 industry-based credentials. Among you are over 200 students scoring a 20 or higher on the ACT or gold on the work keys, along with a Presidential Scholar nominee, 2 National Merit finalists, and 1 National Merit Scholar. Collectively, in scholarships and financial aid, you have earned over, get ready for it, y'all, $18,511,000. Impressive. You have gone on to secure placements at selective universities across the country, including the University of Michigan, Tulane University, Tuskegee University, and William Carey, among others. But your success extends far beyond academics. At least 5 of you are stepping directly into careers, having earned welding certifications that lead to high-demand jobs right there in St. Charles Parish. 5 others are entering military service, and at least 2 of you are committing to serving locally through the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office. In each path, you've shown that service is not just a phrase in the Tiger family, it's a commitment. You've also made Hahnville proud among every arena. This year alone, students have earned state championships in softball, 11 student athletes have signed to compete at the next level, students received national recognition in cheer and dance, and students were named both FBLA and Literary Rally state champions. In the arts, 16 students advanced to the International Thespian Festival, and HHS was recognized as a national Disney on Broadway School of Excellence. These accomplishments are just a part of the incredible number of students representing HHS in arts, academics, and athletics on both the state and the national levels. But just as importantly, you've led with heart. From launching new community service and STEM diploma seals, to supporting the local Special Olympics competition, distributing over 500 prom dresses and ties, welcoming over 3,000 guests to our annual trunk or treat, it's a long night, and raising funds for local causes and scholarships. You have shown that success here is measured not in achievements, but in impact. So the list of your accomplishments goes on and on, but more importantly, so does your story. One of the most well-known children's books is Oh, the Places You Will Go. I think you might have heard of it. It's often given at graduations because it speaks to possibility, direction, and the journey ahead. But one part stands out to me far more than any other parts. It's the idea of what Dr. Seuss calls the waiting place. It's described as a place where people are simply waiting. Waiting for the right moment, for the right opportunity, or fully ready before they begin. He writes, the waiting place for people just waiting, waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or waiting around for another chance. Everyone is just waiting. See, Dr. Seuss's point is simple. The waiting place is comfortable, but nothing changes there. There's no failure and there's no discomfort, but there's also no growth. That's why it matters tonight. Because the truth is, the people who grow aren't always the most talented or the most intelligent. They're the ones willing to begin before everything feels certain. So don't get stuck in the waiting place. Take the step. Begin before you're ready, because that's where your story starts. Because tigers don't wait for the perfect path. They move forward, they accept the challenge, and they create their own future. So congratulations again, class of 2026. Let them hear you roar.
And now, the graduate's farewell will be given by Hahnville High School's 2026 valedictorian, Corinne Bourgeois.
Good evening to our administrators, teachers, families, friends, and most importantly, the extraordinary class of 2026. I would like to thank God, my parents, family, friends, teachers, and counselor Miss Ahern for making this possible. For as long as many of us can remember, numbers have followed us. Test scores, percentages, GPAs, class ranks, athletic stats, and even likes on a screen. At Hahnville, we've experienced many victories that cemented the place of our classmates and parish as number one. When I first entered high school, I knew exactly what I wanted, to be valedictorian. When I first set that goal, I didn't understand how many late nights, flashcard creating sessions, and unnecessarily dramatic grade checks it would involve. I also learned that 1B on a quiz could send me into the kind of reflection most people reserve for major life decisions. To me, the title seemed to make years of effort undeniably visible. While striving toward that goal, a classmate once asked me why I was willing to devote so much of myself to the title. The question lingered with me long after the conversation ended, forcing me to ask myself, what is the worth in chasing accomplishments? A valedictorian may simply be the student chosen to deliver the farewell speech, but the title carries a heavier label. Number one, we have watched our classmates rise to the top through athletics, championships, academic achievements, artistic accomplishments, leadership, and service projects. But some of the most meaningful victories are the ones the world never fully sees. So I ask you, when was a moment where you were number one in the eyes of someone, not because of an accolade or ranking, but because of the person you became? As many of us have begun to realize through our own victories and achievements, Being number one is both a blessing and a burden. You can spend years trying to reach the top only to discover it can be one of the most unstable places to stand. Oftentimes, the title can lead us to attach our identity and self-worth to achievement. This causes us to ask ourselves dangerous questions such as, what happens if I'm no longer the best? Who am I if I fail? Would I still hold the same value if my accomplishments disappeared? But faith teaches us we are not defined by our successes. We are entrusted with them. As Scripture says in Esther 4:14, perhaps we were born for such a time as this. For us, that time is 2026. A time when our world needs truth in the middle of misinformation, compassion in the middle of division, and innovation that never forgets humanity. I love that idea because it changes achievement from something we chase for recognition into something we use for service. Being number one doesn't mean standing above everyone else. It means standing for what's right. Every person sitting here tonight has been given something unique. Each of us carries something different into the world. Like puzzle pieces, our talents were never meant to compete with one another. They were meant to fit together. A number may recognize achievement, but it can never measure character. Some of us succeeded loudly while others succeeded quietly, but every one of us fought battles to get here. I see it in the classmates who finished homework after shifts that ended at midnight, the student who took the ACT while grieving a loved one, and the friend who became a second parent to younger siblings. These students may have never been recognized, but they showed up with courage every single day. And I've come to realize those students are number one in resilience. That resilience, however, did not exist in isolation. We only have to look around this room to see the people who helped carry us here. The teachers, coaches, counselors, families, and friends who helped us believe there was something worth reaching for. Behind every student here is someone who supported them when life felt overwhelming or challenges seemed unconquerable. Standing here tonight, I noticed something ironic. The title of this speech, Number One, sounds individual, but this journey never was. It belonged to all of us. The true blessing of reaching your goals is never the triumph itself. It's coming to learn that our accomplishments are tools that allow us to grow into people worthy of success. People who use their strengths to uplift others and choose humility over arrogance. Class of 2026, tonight we leave behind the numbers. Come tomorrow, our rankings and grade point averages will be history. The only truths that will remain are the people we became during these years and the character we developed to help handle success modestly and purposefully. So dream fearlessly, work hard, and aim high, but never allow achievement to overshadow identity. Whatever gifts, opportunities, or influence we have been given were never meant only for ourselves. Throughout senior year, we endured our last first days, last dances, last games, and so much more, all while fearing that the best parts of life might already be behind us. Long live all the magic we made, the victories the world saw, and the quiet battles it never did. However, as tempting as it is to look back on the moments we did not realize we would miss, don't allow nostalgia to determine your perspective of the present. Graduation represents the beginning of your journey towards greatness, not the finish line. Perhaps all of us were born for such a time as this. Graduates, our time starts now. So go forward and strive to be number one in whatever you do. But remember that the greatest achievement will always be who you become along the way.
At this time, we welcome Dr. Ken Ortling, Superintendent of St. Charles Parish Public Schools, to deliver his commencement address.
Good evening. Once again, I want to welcome everybody here tonight, welcome the graduating class of 2026. Before I address our graduates, as I do each year, that I'm very proud to do, is I want to take a moment to recognize anybody on the St. Charles Parish Public Schools team. If you're a board member, a teacher, a paraeducator, anybody on our team, maybe a counselor, Please stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you for being part of our mission and help fulfilling the mission for these graduates tonight. And to our parents and grandparents and family members, thank you. You've been the steady hand, the voice of reason, and sometimes the push your graduate needed to get to this point today. Tonight's special for the class of 2026. It's also very special for me. I've seen Avi's growth with this class, and it's an honor to be her father and watch your growth as well on a day-to-day basis. Graduates, tonight is a celebration for you, but it's also a turning point, just like Mr. Gonzalez had said, that a lot of people have helped get you here. What happens next, ultimately, is totally on you. Let me take you somewhere that may be familiar for some of you maybe not, but imagine just for a minute, and this goes to the graduating class of 2026, that you're by yourself on a boat, maybe in Lake des Allemands or Lake Pontchartrain or Bayou Gauche or maybe the Spillway. You're there by yourself. The water's calm, the air is still, and you're sitting in the boat by yourself, slowly scrolling your phone, and then even without realizing it, you begin to drift. You feel a slight breeze pushing the boat. Something else aside from the breeze is pushing the boat, and next thing you know, you look up, and you're not where you started, and you're still alone. Now, here's what's interesting. Some people will blame the current. Some people will blame the wind. Some just sit there continuing to scroll on their phones. For someone else, though, someone may expect somebody to show up and take them some other direction, but at some point, you, who's in the boat by yourself, has to decide, am I going to drift, or am I going to take responsibility for where this boat, your boat, goes? Life is no different, right? You're responsible for the direction of your life, not your circumstances, not the support sitting in the audiences that provided you the support you need now, today, not other people, you. You. That responsibility shows up every single day in how you live your life. Just like the advice from our graduates and Mr. Gonzalez, the decisions are yours. First in choosing your direction is choose your attitude. Choose your attitude. You don't control everything that happens to you, but you always control how you react. Out on the water, your attitude really determines whether you panic or whether you pick up a paddle or that motor and pick up and go. Every single day, you get that choice on how to respond to any situation. And over time, those experiences, as mentioned before, define who you are as a person. So first, choose your direction by adopting the right attitude. Second, how you spend your time. Choose it wisely and what you prioritize. The current never stops moving. Whether you act or not, time is passing. Ask your parents. You can sit in that boat waiting, scrolling, drifting from shoreline to shoreline, or you can decide on what matters most. You see, successful people understand something most never learn. What you repeatedly do over time eventually shapes your future. Successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do only occasionally. Every day you're either moving to get closer to your goals or you're drifting farther and farther away. Stop chasing every distraction, every ripple on the water, every TikTok story that shows up on your screen, right? Stop chasing the things that don't matter and start spending the time on the things that do. Choose a direction worth rowing and moving forward. So first, choose your direction by adopting the right attitude. Second, spend your time on what matters the most. And third and finally, discover your purpose and pursue it with passion. Every single one of you as our valedictorian told you tonight, has a gift. You're blessed with a talent. I guarantee you tonight your parents are going to tell you that. Every one of you are given God-given talents, ability, opportunities, as Mr. Gonzalez referred to. But gifts alone are not enough. Let me say that again. Your talent, your gift, your opportunity, that is not enough. Potential means nothing if it's never been developed. Passion means nothing if it's not pursued. And purpose means absolutely nothing if you never act on it. Nobody else can steer the boat, your boat, for you. Nobody else can discover your calling for you. That responsibility belongs solely to you, the owner of that boat. You weren't placed on this earth, in my humble belief, by a higher being to drift through life wondering what could have been. You were placed here for a reason, and it's your responsibility to discover that reason and pursue it with everything you have. Class of 2026, there will be moments when the water is not calm. You've experienced a lot of that. There will be storms. There will be plenty of setbacks. I'm sure there are some today. There will be times when you feel like you're drifting, like you've totally lost control of everything in your path. But I hope you remember this. You may not control the current, but you always control your direction by choosing the right attitude, by spending your time on what matters most, and pursuing your passion or pursuing your purpose with passion. So don't drift through water or life waiting on better conditions. Don't wait for someone else to fix things. Don't waste time wishing things were easier. Take responsibility, grab the wheel, grab the paddle, start the engine, and go, because one day, like many in this audience are doing now, you'll look back on your life and you won't remember the moments that you drifted. But what you will remember are the moments that you chose a direction. So choose your direction. That choice is yours. And finally, just remember this. Life is a gift. Open one time. Once. So make sure you cherish it by making each and every moment count and choosing your direction. Congratulations, class of 2026. We're proud of you. Go Tigers!
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Mr. Scott Cody, Mr. Ken Ortling, and Mr. Jose Gonzalez will present diplomas to the graduates of the class of 2026.
Parents, families, and friends, graduation is a monumental accomplishment, and we want to make sure that every student feels celebrated tonight. In order to make sure that every student's name is heard clearly, we kindly ask that you keep your celebrations appropriate when your graduate's name is called. Too much noise and hollering can drown out the next graduate's name, preventing their family from sharing in their joy. So keep it classy, keep it quick, and thank you for helping us maintain a respectful ceremony for our Tigers. Corinne Elizabeth Bourgeois. Avery Claire Ortling. Andy Jasmine Amaya Lopez. Reagan Lee Oquan. Madeline Elaine Austin. Michaela Sofia Ayuso. Brazil. Cade Scott Brazil. Liam Ernest Beauvais. Ella Elise Bergeron. Connor Keith Berlin. Elizabeth Ann Bishop. Sarah Catherine Broussard. Landon Joe Virgil. Brody Paul Kazanov. Rylan Andre Cheney. Jalen K. Schote. Jennifer Robin Klaus. Alex Lawrence Cook. Jada Marie Davis. Haley Kate Angel Doucette. Caleb Nicholas Ducote. Isabella Grace Ann Duffy Perkins. Lauren Marie Dufresne. Luke Christian Uze. Aiden Michael Evans. Kalia Mae Evans. Carson Elizabeth Ford. James Joseph Franks. Aubrey Claire Fricke. JC Noel Harris. Sky Escamos Hicks. Katie Deborah Howell. Chloe Anna Hutchinson. Anaja Dene Irons. Emma Rose Jallens. Al Zaran Johnson. Peyton Michael Johnson. Jalen Ray LeBlanc. Kendra Vanessa Martinez. Cooper Joseph Mathern. Mackenzie Lynn Meunier. Lily Olivia Moore. Maya Leslie Kyoko Morel. Parker Brooks Mosley. Bennett Michael Nakan. Drayden Nicholas Nakan. Isabella Sophia Noto. Cecile Harper Ojeda. Addison Noel Ogeron. Ashley Faye Perino. Sebastian Rex Reeves. Alyssa Corinne Rivers. Sean Parker Rourke. Logan Charles Rodrigue. Emmy Ray Rome. Leah Michelle Sellers. Gage Eugene Seifert. Ireland Nevaeh Sims. Emily Annalise Simino. Reese Lynn Sanamon. Dylan Marley Trout. Emerson Elise Tregg. Lana Carmela View. Caitlin Marie Waits. Sarah Ann Waits. Addison Grace Walton. Craig Stephen White, Jr. Jazaria Sanai Young. Ava Ray Zarang. Carter Michael Burns. Juliana Alexis Cunnican. Sarah Ann Edler. Noah Ford. Evan Paul Fricky. Haley Ray Gatewood. Ethan Alexander Hall. L'Oreal Rochelle Isaac. Adriana Marie Jones. Dylan Michael Kitchen. Eva Mary LeBlanc. Lily Michelle Schubert. Juliana Savan Thomasy. Samaya Williams. Isabella Sophia Hope Abate. Emmy K. Batto. Chloe Denise Barod. Haley Elizabeth Bergeron. Amari Destiny Brown. James Austin Calhoun. Sharon Elizabeth Castellanos. Camden Grace Kazanov. Jillian Renee Kaz. Gavin Paul Sheremy. Layla Marie Lariana DeLeon. Cameron Joel Fifi. Cambry Brianne Garcia. Kirsten Mayana Greer. Tage Damani James. Rayon Monique Jones. Rochelle Amariel Joseph. Layla Alexis Levine. Kaylin Kavan Lockett. Jada Marie Moore. Brianna Mary Muller. Jaya Kamori Scott. Madison Michelle Troxler. Deja Alexis Tuckerson. Vanessa Alana Vasquez. Olivia Ann Whitaker. Amani Royan Williams. Reese David Adams. Sadie Isabel Albers. Tyron Jazir Alexander. Jeremiah Jamichael Allen. Noah Christopher Archuleta. Ethan Michael Ariano. Jason Day Oquam. Alik Jarrell Ba. Amani Avrian Mikael Bailey. Corbin Daniel Baird. Francisco Javier Balderas. Mia Deepak Balderas. Daniel James Banks. Essence Anaya Bennett. Aiden Joseph Curtis Berry. Sean John Birch. Adeline Marie Bersuter. Aaron Thomas Betts. Aiden Anthony Jack Arnold Billiard. Arthur Joseph Blackwell, Jr. Miles Michael Boring. Jakasia Janae Bourgeois. Amarin Christopher Boyle. Lexi Elaine Bro. Sebastian Michael Bro. Kyrie Renee Broomfield. Melena K. Busat. Keyshawn Kiana Butler. Jamaz Anthony Bird. Sophia Angelina Campos. Tremaine Anthony Cannon, Jr. Marcus Lane Carpenter, III. Ariana Carter. Riley Rose Sharpenshade. Tommy Joseph Chauvin. Donovan Casey Cheek. Xander Adam Childs. Celia Danae Claiborne. Ethan Paul Cook. Micaiah Cooper. Avery Anthony Cortez. Skylar James Cortez. Rochelle Joycelyn Cronin. Jack Charles Cross. Eli Matthew Daigle. Riley Larice Dowse. Dax Avery Donnie. Lizbeth Ariana De Leon. Kanisha Kanice DeGruy. Calvin Diggs III. Braden Paul Deshawn. Aaliyah Elizabeth Dorsey. Frederick Glenn Downing Jr. Isabella Sophia Ducros. Tatiana Lachey Dudley. Warren Joseph Duncan. Courtney Erin Eberts. Jolie Catherine Edwards. Jameer Gary Eugene. Errol Richard Falcon III. Adarius Page Freeloop. Paige Ariane Freeloop. Karen Kai Gare II. Raynell Terrence Gale. Avery Dean Gillis, Jr. Tyler James Gisclair. Chase Matthew Gordon. Isaiah Dwight Gordon. Savannah Lynn Garandona. Javante Javon Gray. Mariah Alicia Green. Justin Groh, Jr. Corbin James Guckenberg. Cadence Marie Guidroz. Lorenz Gullidge. Ja'Cory Hall. Delaney Hammett. Gawain Darren Harris. Caitlin Alexandra Harris. Tania Tracy? Michael Tania Tracy Harris. Riley Hearn. Kenneth Virgil Hebert. Karan Kenneth Henderson. Tom Bradshaw Henderson. Karina Hernandez Sandoval. Dylan J. Hicks. Connor Deshaun Hill. Tyson Tayshawn Hill. Stephen Lee Hitchcock. Braden Lee Hogan. Hayes Elise Hood. Eric Huerta. Javier Huerta. Thomas Frank Hyde Brill. London Linnell Ingram. Taisha Eljasia Navia Ingram. Bracy Ann Jackson. Emma Ann Jackson. Ajayla Mael Johnson. Bryant Dwayne Johnson. Emma Jean Johnson. Justin Christopher Johnson. Toriel Brianna Jones. Makai Juan Joseph. Kevon Joseph Jupiter. Cameron Roy Keller. Acacia Janiyah Kenner. Donovan James Kitteritz. Sage Wayne Lamartiniere. Aubrey Claire Landry. Sierra Coyel Landry. Preston Arthur Lemoyne. Aiden Michelle Lorette. Lauren Louise Looney. Peyton Lane Lotz. Brandon Lamar Looper. Peyton Joseph Louvier. Anika Monet Lucas. Lance Orlando Marshall Jr. Ellie Grace Marie Martin. Marely Luciana Martinez. Landon Murray. Reese Raymond Mattia. Kobe Luke Mathern. Austin William Matthews. Jackson Matthews. Colby Isaiah McCree. Matthew Michael McKay. Kason McNair. Blaze Matthew McNulty. Danny Isaac Medina. Ashley Sophia Mejia. Danny Alexander Mejia. Lucian Mackenzie Michel. Wyatt Alexander Meir. Tori Ann Miette. Emma Elizabeth Mills. Lila Marie Meir. Nalea Rakai Mitchell. Kyla Sharai Mixon. Tegan Michael Morris. Nikai Demond Mott. Preston Jorge Munoz. Cadence Nicole Nakan. Chase O'Keefe. Michael Patrick Odom. Anthony Keith Odoms, Jr. You are. Ashton Adrian Murray. Abram Joseph Oeda. Tristan James Patterson. Dean Michael Perrer. Imani Michael Pierre. Thomas Harper Pilat. Kaya Angela Polly. Alfred Michael Preston, Jr. Diamond Lexus Preston. Michael Angelo Props. Maria Maricela Pu Lopez. Yalen Quiones Caballero. Gino Massimo Rodasta. Johnny Ramsaruk. Lance Wayne Renatza. Isabel Claire Rapp. Raheem Nathaniel Raspberry. Jessica Recindes Sanchez. Chloe Elizabeth Rishu. Aaron LeVar Robertson Jr. Fisher David Robinson. Jada Danae Roddy. Kylan James Rosario. Jehana Renee Rue. Jermaine James Sandoff Jr. John Michael Savoy. Jude Benjamin Schmidt. Renisha Caitlin Scott. Reniki Janelle Scott Jr. Talia Breon Scott. Haley Eve Serpas. Archie Valarosa Shakespeare III. Zaid Simmons. Kivias Dandrell Singleton. Cruz Slicker. Akai Julian Smith. Avante Montrell Smith. Jayla Monet Smith. Kyler Smith. Mia Lachey Smith. Bryce Joseph Sparacello. Charlie Joseph Stein. Navarre Nashe Stewart. Lillian Rosemarie Strider. Chad Michael Strozeski Jr. Dakota Sky Tanzi. Kaylee Renee Toste. Nia Bailey Taylor. Riley Elise Thibodeau. Royce Christopher Thomas. Blakely Elizabeth Thompson. Lorante Thompson. Peyton Thompson. Kayla Elizabeth Thornton. Janiyah Marie Tillman. Haley Jade Tisdale. Livy Leanne Mariah Touchard. Jai Deshawn Tuco. Katoya T. G. Turley. Amon Turner. Aljero Gerard Walker, Jr. Renaya Shamia Washington. Savion Michael Weber. Avon Coleman Whitney. Akira Amari Williams. Awan Michael Williams. Brody Joseph Williams. Denia Amari Williams. Raymond Brandon Williams. Dontrell Lanell Young. Milo Dean Young, III. Malachi Duke Zarang. Tamaya Zalaria Thomas. Tamia Aliria Thomas. How about a hand for the class of 2026?
Please rise and remain standing for the benediction given by Beta Club President Ashley Perino, followed by the alma mater.
If you would like to, please bow your head at this time. Good and loving God, please bless and guide us as we reach this end and start a new beginning. May we forever carry with us the spirit of love, the courage to innovate, and the compassion to serve. Over the past 4 years, you have helped guide us through obstacles we had never imagined overcoming. You've blessed us with precious memories, opportunities, and knowledge that will forever aid us in all that we do. Help us, the class of 2026, take what we have learned here and use it to make the world a better place. To serve others in true kindness, everlasting love, and forever friendship. Thank you for the faculty and staff of Hahnville High School for nurturing the seeds that have been planted within us all along. With your help, may we never stop learning, growing, and striving to reach our full potential. In the Lord's name we pray, amen.